Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm going to give a minute or so for some folks to hop in, and then I'll begin our gathering here tonight on behalf of the Spiritual Drag Summit happening next month in Chicago. I look forward to engaging with you all and sharing some space with you this evening to worship, to pray, to honor the full moon as it joins us this weekend, and as many cultures and different religions around the world celebrate it in different ways. So I will give a few more moments for folks to pop in, and then we will get going. Hello to those of you that are here. Good to have you. Thank you for tuning in this evening. Welcome. For those of you that know me and for those of you that don't, my name is King Jules. I use they, them pronouns all the time. I currently live in Toronto, Ontario, and I am a part of the planning team for Spiritual Drag Summit, Drag and Spirituality Summit, happening 1 month from today in Chicago. This is the first ever Drag and Spirituality Summit, and we are hopeful for a very fabulous weekend of exploring various spiritualities and religions and the ways that people are connecting their art to those same pieces. So it's going to be a very exciting time, and this is just going to be a little taste of what's going to be happening that weekend with us in Chicago, both online and in person. I also am a Master's of Divinity student at a university here in Toronto, studying to be an ordained minister within the United Church of Canada. So that's where I'm coming from. I've been doing drag for about 4 years or so, both directly related to my physical transition myself, and has been recently making its way into my ministry work and my congregational work, which I'm just absolutely loving, and bringing my full self there. So that's where I'm coming from tonight, and bringing myself to you on behalf of the Drag and Spirituality Summit. This weekend, September 9th, 10th, 11th, marks a full moon for us here, the harvest moon. So the closeness of the harvest moon to the northern hemisphere autumn equinox signifies many things for many people across our lands. It can signify balance, abundance, reflection, gratitude, many, many things as we are embarking in our fall harvest and changing of the seasons. In some countries across Asia, many countries, the moon is a part of the Mid-Autumn Festival, with legends like the jade or the lunar rabbit, or a woodsman floating away with a magical tree. In Hindu practice, largely in India, this harvest moon marks the beginning of a time to offer food as tribute to ancestors and gather with family. I'm going to begin our time together this evening, for me, afternoon, potentially for some of you, morning, maybe somewhere where you are. But I'm going to begin our time together by lighting a candle that I have here with me. Candles and light are important parts of many of our lives. They remind us to hold light, to embrace our connection with the earth and the elements that are around us. They also invite us to embrace spirit, to embrace energy, and to dance like the flames. I invite you to think on the following questions as I light this candle here. What are some accomplishments, some skills, and creativity do you want to bring with you into the autumn season? What bad habits or regrets or negative thoughts are you trying to release in this new season? Let us join in prayer. So wherever you are, however you're watching this, I invite you to give your body a little shift. Feel where you are, where you're standing, where you're sitting, where you're lying down. Maybe you're feeling your feet on the floor. I personally am sitting on the floor, but I invite you to feel the space that you're in and how you're feeling in this moment as we go into prayer. Creator, Allah, God, Mother Earth, and Sister Spirit, we are ready to heal. We are ready to let go. Please take our willingness, whether we are weak, whether we are strong, and use it to transform our whole lives. Enter us, every cell of our being. Cut out our dysfunction and the unnecessary pain. Remove compulsion and illuminate our hearts. Please fill us with light. Take away that which does not serve us. For our highest good, may we know at last who we truly are. Amen. I now want to share with you a poem that runs in my circles quite often and actually is about the harvest moon that is with us this weekend. This poem is called Under the Harvest Moon by Carl Sandburg. Under the harvest moon, when the soft silver drips shimmering over the garden nights, Death, the gray mocker, comes and whispers to you as a beautiful friend who remembers. Under the summer roses, when the flagrant crimson lurks in the dusk of the wild red leaves, love with little hands comes and touches you with 1,000 memories and asks you beautiful, unanswerable questions. The Bavarians who lived in what is present-day Germany in our maps that we know have a festival linked to the equinox, and this is a celebration of the harvest associated with high community spirits. Many pagan folks celebrate the equinox as Mabon, the way that humans search for and find meaning in the bodies that surround our planet and the ways that we can see them speak to our collective longing for something beyond ourselves, beyond our human existence, speaks to our willingness to believe, our willingness to be a part of larger communities. Full moons can be full of mystery, but they can be magical, and they can help us to mark the passage of time. Full moons can and should inspire us to acknowledge what else has come to fruition in our lives since the last one. What have you accomplished? Who is here to appreciate it with you? This harvest moon this weekend marks times for having gratitude and thanks. What have you accomplished? What are you on your way to accomplishing? Who is here to appreciate it with you? In Jewish traditions, the calendar is based on the moon cycle. Many traditions, many cultures, many religions around the world can say the same thing. Each month then starts when the light of the new moon first begins to shine. Jewish people are compared to the moon in the Talmud, which is the central text of Rabbinic Judaism, with respect to both the moon and the people's vacillation. Like the moon, there has been little stability over time for the Jewish people, as documented in many historical texts. Exile, return, exile, return. And like the moon, the people are resilient. The sanctification of the moon is the message of hope and rebirth. The Islamic calendar is too based on the cycle of the moon. One of the meanings of the moon in some Islamic texts read that the moon is one of many forms of creation to show us the beauty of nature. The moon also shows us that Allah, that God, that Father, Mother is gentle, given the beauty of the full moon to be seen by all that have been drawn to the sorrow of the darkness. We can see that the moon holds a place for all of us, in our spiritualities, in our religions, in our lives. Remember, as a kid, one of my favorite things to look at was the full moon. As an adult, it still is. I'm now going to share with you a collection of quotes and sayings from various writers, from scholars and spiritual leaders. I invite you to follow along mindfully and hear the ones that speak to you. I am a child of the moon, being raised by the sun, in a world walked by stars, and a sky drawn with flowers. If you are craving a reminder of your connection to everything, look at your reflection in the night sky. I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars. I never really thought about how when I looked at the moon, it's the same moon as Shakespeare and Marie Antoinette and George Washington and Cleopatra looked at. And if you are to love, love as the moon loves. It doesn't steal the night. It only unveils the beauty of the dark. The moon is a friend for the lonesome to talk to. When we are gathering together in October in Chicago, there will also be a full moon. There will also be the beginning of the Sukkot Jewish festival, which commemorates the sheltering of the Israelites in the wilderness. There will be quite the celebration that weekend. I want to guide you all to our website, dragandspirituality.com. If you've enjoyed a little bit of what this gathering here tonight is about, or you want to learn more, or you want to sponsor part of an event, do check out the website. If not, to see all of the fabulous team that we have with us. There are different ways to take part in the events. We are having workshops and speakers and shows. We'll share meals together. Some of the performers and artists that we have on our team for the event are a queer chaplain, Bonnie Violet, Bless Ya Hearts, John M. Brett, Lotus Boy, Linda Summers, Rev. Caro Patra, Sister Mary Peter, myself, King Jules, and many, many more. I implore you all to join this community, to be a part of the work that is happening in our first ever Dragon Spirituality Summit next month. I want to finish our prayer time, our welcoming of the moon time this evening with a reading. And I'll send you all away with a few questions to think about. So feel free to answer them in the comments, to answer them in your heart, whatever feels most right for you. This reading is called The No Harm Protection Spell by Rochelle Faithful, and it's in the book, The Black Trans Prayer Book. Loving beings who surround me and inside of me as I go on my way, I need your reflection. to invite the kindness of kindred, to attract genuine care, to welcome radical hospitality. I need your force to send back viciousness from its source, to resist confusion of cowardice, to reject hate before it originates. In return, I offer you all of my excellence. I am only visible to rightness and beloveds. May I move with power today. It is so. One more reading, and then I will send you away with the questions. From the same book, this reading is called Blessings of Our Ancestors, Our Praying Grandmothers by Deja Baptiste. You are not alone. You are not the first or the only. There is a lineage that you are inheriting. It is your courage, your faith, and your spirit that sets you apart. We are not doomed. We are not cursed. We are the blessed ones, the blessing. We are blessed to know that our spirits are not only bound in our skin or our flesh, that bodies, like names, are expressions, manifesting the soul we bear outside of time and beyond infinity. There is a lineage here. You were never the first time that your family, your hometown, your faith, your lovers loved and were loved by us, the blessed ones. We heard and nurtured our ancestors' dreams and came forward to create and dream, imagine and plant, live in the physical what is celebrated and cherished and renewed in the spiritual. Here is your sending off question, my friends. As summer comes to a close, as we move into the newness of autumn, is there anything else you'd like to complete before the cold and the dark of the winter comes? I send you off into the evening, afternoon, early morning, my friends, with the power of the universe propelling you wherever you are meant to be. May it be so. May you go in peace, and may your path be illuminated. Amen. Good night.